am Pierre Bidaud. I'm the creative director at the Stonemasonry Company, and I've been a stonemason now for 30 years. The Stonemasonry Company is a business dedicated to making stone a relevant material for the modern construction industry. What is the main aim of the Stonemasonry Company is really to make stone not a luxury material, but very much a commodity. What we have done is harnessing this ancient and resilient material to new technology of reinforcement and post-tensioning. To make stone a relevant material for nowadays, what we have decided was to be as economical as possible in the processing of the material. The stone comes from a quarry down south of the British Island. It's a Thornton limestone, and the particularity was that we have decided to use what we call the unloved blocks of stone, the stone that has been discarded because of blemishes, spots or streaks that for some other project it was not deemed a suitable stone. Once we receive these unloved blocks of stone, they have to go on a couple of giant gantry saws. As they are cut from primary saw, slabbing, to then cutting into cubes, what we decided is to cut cost as much as possible and make stone as affordable as possible, to leave all sawn marks and do not have any texture added to the finished product. When using post-tensioning system, we need to create holes to be able to slot and slide our cables. So with the machine that we've specially developed for that purpose, we put all stone once finished onto that rig and drill the stone so that cables can be slotted through.
Hi, I'm Niall McLaughlin. I'm an architect. And I'm collaborating with Rana on the 2 rooms that we're in at the moment, where we're mixing up art and architecture for the Royal Academy Summer Exhibition. The overall theme of the exhibition is climate. And what we wanted to do is to look at designers who are developing their own material practice in terms of the demands of climate change. And one of the important things about that has got to do with getting the embodied carbon out of structures. So what we see in the background here is stone which has been reclaimed from an old building site, which means that it's got low embodied carbon already, but it's already been used, so it's probably the lowest possible embodied carbon you could have. And it's going to be recycled and reused and made into a long beam which will span right over my head across the width of the room. And so it's really showing how ingenuity and invention can address the issues of the climate crisis which we're dealing with at the moment.
Once the stone is drilled, it is assembled on-site or off-site. We just line up all the pieces of stone, and once all is set up, we just have the cable pushed through the holes on all the stones and apply tension to the cable, which then compress the whole beam.
My name's Webb from Webb Yates Engineers, and we designed this installation in collaboration with the Stonemasonry Company. We've been working with the Stonemasonry Company for about 15 years. We started to design stone staircases, which was their main kind of stock and trade before we started doing other things. What we're really interested in is the potential of stone and timber working together to supplant higher energy materials like steel and concrete in the built environment. So embodied carbon, the carbon that goes into producing steel and concrete and brick, and the high energy materials that we use all the time are very detrimental for the environment. And we think there's great prospectus for stone as a potential future material derived from the past and used again in new ways. So this installation has a combination of timber, 2 different kinds of stone. We've got very shelly Portland limestone, and we've got recycled granite, using very small amounts of steel. So we're using cables, thin cables and braces. We have little steel components connecting the beams to the timber trestle, and we have steel screws. So we use the high energy materials to effectively enhance and bind together low energy materials to make the low energy materials do the heavy lifting work of what is a very, very shallow, very big cantilever.
Stone is really an ideal material for sustainable building. It required very little energy to extract, very little energy to shape, very little energy to fit.
Hi, I'm Rana Begum. I'm a visual artist and I'm one of the RA that's co-curating the art and architecture room. I'm co-curating it with Niall McLaughlin, and the reason we wanted to kind of really bring art and architecture together was to kind of really highlight the approach that both art and architecture have been taken to climate crisis, and the way we're looking at materials, the way we're looking at how we can really develop ideas and collaborate and work together. And so this is kind of our, in a way, collaboration. I love how this installation kind of cuts through the room and really brings the different aspects of art and architecture together, and I'm really excited to see it go up.
Once the RA finishes, one of the benefits of the post-tension stone system is the ability to be dismantled and reused to another location.